so part 3, it is the demonstration. So the modular make demonstration is, this is where I actually have just left recruiting. We've done the first game, and I've even given auction money out for questions that were asked about joining the business or perks or benefits from the business. So I will come back up to my display typically, and it is now 7:30 in my demonstration. So what I would do is I would start now. Tonight, I'm going to be demonstrating modular makes. And as I demonstrate modular makes, I'm going to teach you 3 things: how to save time, how to save money, and how to save energy. So when you look up here and you start thinking, how can the Tupperware lady save me with time? You can see through. This is no longer your mother's canister, your grandma's canister, where they had to open the canister to see what's inside of it, because you can see what you have. That's going to save you time. Money is, we have an airtight, liquid-type seal, so anything that you put inside of this is going to stay fresher longer, because it's an airtight, liquid-type seal that's patented by Tupperware. And as far as money, not only is that patented seal going to save you money, but it goes right into organization. And organization not only comes from not being overly organized. I don't want to scare you and think it like, oh, we have to have everything in its area. But this is organization which saves you money and time, because you can see what you have, you know what you need, ever before you go to the grocery store. You can always put your hand right on it. Now, in the modular mates, there are 4 different shapes. We have the basic shape of a round container. We also have the basic shape of an oval container. We have the basic shape of a square container. And typically, here's how it looks. We have the basic shape of a square container. We have the basic shape, and the 4th is a rectangle. So let me pull up the mic. What did I do? I looked at every single person. So it's hard because we have a room full of people tonight. But when I pick up that container, I start with every guest, and I look at her. Now, a lot of times, guests' heads are down, right? Maybe they're looking at the worksheet. Maybe they're looking at their watch, their diamond ring. I still look at them. Have you ever noticed, have you ever been sitting in church and all of a sudden you look at somebody and they're looking at you? I don't know how that happens or why it happens, but it works. So when you're at your party, if you make good eye contact, even if they're not looking at you, they'll feel it and they'll look at you. So that helps your demo. The more times that you can keep them interested in looking at what you have, the better off. All right, so there are 4 different shapes. Back to those. All right, there are 5 different heights. The tallest one is this one. This is the height of a 5. It's pretty tall. A lot of times people will look at that first time and they'll say, oh gosh, Judy, that's way too tall for my cabinets. But Tupperware designed this to fit in every kitchen cabinet made by putting it on its side. So you can see if you set it to its side, this is the depth of our kitchen cabinets. So it'll really utilize all that space. So if your cabinets are short, don't worry, you can put it on its side and utilize the space. Then we come down from the height of a 5, we go to the height of a 4, which is this one, about a 2-inch drop. Then we go to the height of a 3, a 2, and then a 1. So we have 5 different heights, 4 different shapes. Now what you want to do is stack up to whatever height that you need in your pantry. How many of you have a pantry? Oh, look at you. And you smiled when you did that. Why? Oh, we love our pantries, right? All right, so if you have a pantry, you're going to be pretty excited, because what you're going to do is you're going to stack very tall, and because pantries are typically pretty deep. So you're going to take the height of a 5 and put a 1 on it. You're going to take the height of a 4 and put a 2 on it. Take the height of a 3, and you can mix different shapes, like you can put ovals on squares or squares on rectangles, but all you want to do is stack up to the height that you need in that pantry. This is the height of a 6. Pause. 2, 3. And then you go on. Now, I dramatically do that, but I want you to write in your notes, pause. That's something that, again, my husband taught me. We women tend to talk, and we talk pretty fast. A lot of times we keep talking. We're excited at Tupperware parties. When you pause, it makes people hear what you've just said. It gives them a chance to digest it. All right? So pause in your demonstrations. So this is the height of a 6. Now, if you move or you had your kitchen remodel and your new pantry isn't as tall, all you're going to do is take these down to fit the new height. You're going to use the 5 by itself. You're going to take the 4 and put a 1 on it, the 3 with the height of a 2, and the 3 with the height of a 2. I just slide these over like that. So this is still very organized and pretty. You want your display pretty the whole time you're doing a laundry demo, okay? That's why I've set them on the floor. Those first 3 pieces go down on the floor. All right, this is the height of a 5. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you move again or you had your kitchen remodeled, your new pantry isn't as tall as this and you need to take them down, guess what? You can take them down by putting the 5 on its side, use the 4 by itself, the 3 with the height of a 1, and the 2 with the height of a 1. I'm kind of awkward here with this microphone. Here we go, the 2 2s together, and now we have the height of a 4. Now you're going to always say it. 5, 2, 3. Just think it. Don't say it. All right, so now we have the height of a 4. And by this point in your audience, they'll count out for you. I'll go, and now we have the height of a 4. And that's what they do. They start learning the system. Those are the ones that are like really understanding what's going on, and they started modular making in the past. All right, so now we have the height of the 4. What if we move one more time? You know, our houses, we start small, right? We come out of college and school, we have a little apartment, and we get married, we have a family, and our house gets really big, and then the kids go away to school, right? And they move on, and your house gets really small. Your modular mates will fit in every kitchen cabinet, because the next place I'm going to take you is to on that yacht that you're going to live on. Okay, small apartment will do, but just what if we wanted to live on the yacht? You're going to do the 4 on its side, use the 3 by itself, the 1 with the 2, and a 2 with a 1. And now every container that I had up here that I started with is still here. It's now the height of a 3. Now sometimes when you do that, you're going to do that pretty fast, and I believe on my other video, I don't stop. I do it the whole time. So go back on that other video that we just shot and watch it. What will almost happen is sometimes people clap when you're done with it. They're like, because they're just so excited. Really, they'll get into it. They'll count down with you, and then when you say, and this is the height of a 3, and they'll be excited with you. Okay, so watch how that happens as you build it and you build the repetition of what you're going to say. It will really create an atmosphere in your party where people can have fun with it and buy in. All right, so this is the height of a 3. So what is really neat about these is all the containers that I started with that were up here are still up here. We're just stacked up to the height of a 3. So every container will fit in every kitchen cabinet made. Now, I want to give you some ideas of foods that fit inside of them. So I'd like for you to take your worksheet that I gave you and go to the left-hand side where the orange highlighter is. That's where we're going to be working tonight. And by the way, this is a worksheet. As I talk about some of the foods that fit inside, just know you can write it down. It's okay if you write over top of the numbers. It's okay if you write over top of the letters. Only you and I are going to see it. And by the way, it doesn't mean you're buying it. Okay, so if you think, I just came to help Jennifer out, just take your notes and then later you'll have something to reference back to. But we're going to start with item number 122. It's on the left-hand side, all the way over where the rectangular, or all the way over where the orange highlighter is, rectangular height of a 2, item 122. All right, beside this one, you want to jot down crackers, because you can see up here I have 6 sleeves of crackers in here at one time. So if you shop at Sam's or Costco, and you go to the big stores like that, they're going to sell them in 6s. So for those of you that have a family, this is how you're going to be buying them. Now, for those of you that have a smaller family or empty nesters, anybody an empty nester tonight here at the party? Good. Okay, me too. It's a sad thing. But I'm going to tell you, I would never buy 6 sleeves of crackers. I just would never be able to go through them in time. So what I do is I mix my different crackers. I put saltines and Ritz together. So you can mix your crackers. You don't have to have a separate container for a separate one, but it'll fit up to 6 sleeves of them. This is also perfect for 5 pounds of flour. That's that whole big bag you buy at the grocery store. You bring it home, you seal it up. It's just perfect. And when you go to measure out and scoop out, and the nice thing is you can scoop it into your measuring cup, level it off. All the extra goes back into the container rather than on the countertop. So it really helps to clean up while we're baking and cooking and make it really easy for that. So it's about 5 pounds of flour, 7 pounds of sugar. Now for those of you, anybody here tonight really like to clean off your the countertops? You like to have everything put away, all right? If you're somebody who likes everything up and empty countertops, you will love your modular mates because you can easily put them up in the pantry or the kitchen cabinets. And when you go for them, it's just easy to pull out flour and sugar and use it and go on. So it's perfect for that. One more idea that I'll give you on this, and this is only if you're going to admit it. Anybody a little OCD tonight? Anybody a little? Okay, you're going to be glad you're here because these are called Legos for ladies. okay? So you don't change, okay? But if you're somebody who likes things really where you want them, you're going to love things like, something that comes to my mind is packages of seasoning mix, salad dressing, oodles of noodles. Like if you're somebody who really likes things straight, you'll stack those up, make them all nice and pretty, and then you go in the pantry and they're all slidden, right? You fix them back up and you go in, they're all messed up. You will love this container because you can put packages of seasoning mix, salad dressing, oodles of noodles, popcorn, anything with a cellophane that doesn't stack is going to be perfect in here. So this is item number 122. It's a rectangular in shape and it's the height of a 2. All right, we're going to go up on your worksheet just about a ½ inch to item number 64. Item number 64 is this one. Normally I have 2 hands and I'm holding it up like this. But here we go. Item number 64 is your square 4. Your square 4. Now this one, I'm going to recommend for those of you that really like to bake. So who likes to bake tonight? Oh, I wish I was your neighbor. All right? Because if you're a baker, you probably buy lots of flour, and this is going to be your container because this will fit 8 to 9 pounds of flour. So it's really terrific for that. Both of these are great for flour and sugar for baking. This is going to be your 18 cups and 23 cups. So it's really terrific. That's your square 4. Now, something I use it for, because I'm not a baker, is all my potato chips, my healthy food. Potato chips, pretzels, Doritos, all those kind of things you can put in here. And just think, you're going to seal it up so that no humidity can get in and make your chips go stale. We have a little bit of that in Houston, don't we? All right, so you're going to be able to seal it up and keep those snacks just fresh. So that is item number 64. That's your square height of a 4. Let's move up on your sheet another ½ inch, and I take my eyes and I look at their worksheets when I say that. All right, let's go up another ½ inch to item number 35. Item 35, that's this one. All right, and I come away from my display a lot during my demonstration because you don't want to just stay like this. All right, so instead you're going to come away, make it very casual. I'm trying to stay in the camera, which is telling you something there, Jessica. All right, so this is item 35. Now, I want you to take your pen and mark a very small 10. Right where it says oval 5, item 35. Just mark a little 10 beside it. And I pause. 2, 3. And it's awkward, but I'll tell you, it works, because everybody goes like this, and they start looking for it, all right? So take your pen and mark a small 10. This is the one tonight. The reason I have you put a 10 is because this is one that you can have 10 of, and you walk into the party like Jessica and go, I need more of those. Because this will fit spaghetti, lasagna, fettuccine, oatmeal, tea bags, taco shells, ice cream cone, cereal, 5 pounds of flour. I mean, all your staple products are going to fit in this container. Tonight I have 100 tea bags dumped in here. But for those of you that are neatniks that would take and stack your tea bags, you'll fit well over 2 to 250 tea bags. All right, you know who you are. Don't pick on Jennifer. All right, so cereal, 15 to 16 ounces. That's your normal box. And by the way, when I really love our pour-all seals. It makes it easy for the cereal to come in and out, so you can switch it out and put the pour-all seal on it for you. It's also perfect for about 6 pounds of pasta. You know, the big box you buy at the grocery store, it all fits in here. What I do, again, I'm an empty nester. So for those of you that are empty nesters tonight, I put lasagna on one side, spaghetti on the other. Because I literally, for 2 people, I'm not going to buy 6 pounds of pasta. So again, you don't have to have a separate container for separate pastas. All right, so that is your oval 5. That's item number 35, and it's the height of a 5. Let's go up to your oval 4, item 34. That's this container, this one. Beside item 34, I would put snack mix. You can see tonight I have like a Chex Mix or a snack mix in it, pretzel rods, cheese curls, things like that. Also your pasta for a larger family, a couple pounds of pasta will fit in there. And by the way, Bisquick. This is a perfect container for your box of Bisquick, which by the way, where is the best place to store your Bisquick?
Refrigerator.
Now, they're not normally Tupperware ladies, and they don't know that answer. But if somebody dies, give them auction money. Okay, get the auction money out. All right, and I'll just tell you, for those of you that don't know it, that your Bisquick is made with a milk and egg product in it, and it'll go rancid. So the whole reason that you want to keep it in the refrigerator is if you go home tonight, don't believe them and me, right? Go home and look at the top of the box. It says, must be stored in the refrigerator after opening. And that's that milk and egg. So everybody loves this one. Listen to that power word. Everybody loves this one because it fits the Bisquick perfectly, and you can fit it right in the door of the refrigerator. All right. So that is your oval 4s, item number 34. Let's go to your 3s, item 33. That's the next one up on your sheet. Beside this one, beside item 33, you can put your powdered sugar, your brown sugar. By the way, do you know when you put your brown sugar in this container, it will never, ever, ever, ever get hard. Isn't that awesome? For us non-bakers, right? We bake at Christmas and then Easter and then Thanksgiving. Your brown sugar is going to keep on going, so it's really terrific. Your boxes of crackers and cookies, like Wheat Thins, Better Cheddar, Snackwells, Triscuits, are all going to fit in here. Now, any of you eat Oreos? Double stuffed? I got some bad news for you. You ready? The double stuffed, you have to eat 2 before you put them in this container. I know, moms, we got to take one for the team, all right? So, but it does. It fits your cookies and crackers just great. So this is a perfect container for those, but one more tip I'll give you is the pancake mix. A lot of times we buy pancake mix, I don't know why, who wants to make pancakes early in the morning, right? Not a morning person. So I would think, no, but we got to have something to store it in. This item 33 is perfect for your pancake mix. It'll fit the whole box, fit in there, seal it up, and it's going to be perfect. All right, let's go to your item 22, or 32, excuse me. That is your item, that is your oval, height of a 2. That's this one right here, and typically I'll hold all 3 of them up at the same time. This one you can see I have a little bit of something like raisins, dates, currants, flavored coffee, rice, pasta for a smaller family. Your box of breadcrumbs. Gosh, that thing lasts forever, right? You gotta have something to store those in. Your breadcrumbs. Basically, your small staple items is what you're gonna put in your oval 2s. And then that brings me to the very last one I'll talk about tonight, your oval 1. Item number 31, right at the top of your sheet. Jot down beside this one something like a little flavored coffee, some nuts, maybe some dried fruit. But the most obvious item that you put in item 31, or your oval 1, would be your baking soda, your baking powder. Now think about it. When you buy baking soda, you bring it home. How many do you normally buy? Right? So some of you say 1, some of you say more than 1. Let's say the first one we bring home, we're going to put in the cabinet to bake with, right? It's up in the cabinet. The day we decide to bake, we got our baking soda. If you were to bring home a second baking soda, what could you do with it? Well, you could put it in the refrigerator. Because when you put it in the refrigerator, what will happen is it will absorb odors. All right? So if you've never done that before, be so glad Jennifer had a party tonight. You just learned by putting baking soda in the refrigerator will absorb odors. You can also put baking soda in a freezer, because guess what it'll do? It'll absorb odors in the freezer. You can put it in some carpets. It'll absorb odors in carpets. It'll absorb odors in stinky shoes. Of course not ours. All right, our family members, our cat litter boxes, anywhere that you have odors, your baking soda will absorb odors. Now let me ask you, ladies, the baking soda that's up in the cabinet, you know the one you're going to bake with? What's it doing tonight?
Absorbing everything in there.
Now, did you notice what I did with my hand each time? What's this mean? Absorbing odors. Do you know how I taught you that? By doing it each time I said absorbing odors. So when you're doing a demonstration, I'm going to encourage you that you're going to show your guests how to respond. And one thing is when I'm talking about baking soda, let me show you again in case you weren't listening or you're falling asleep. So you're like, no. All right, so here's what it is. When you put your baking soda in the refrigerator, guess what it'll do? Absorb odors. Do you know when you put it up in the freezer, it can absorb odors. In fact, if you put baking soda into stinky shoes or a cat litter box, it'll absorb odors. Do you see how you do that? Now, every time I do this, you're going to go absorb odors. But that's the power of demonstrating and selling. You know, the art of selling. All right? Okay, back to the demo. So you've all said baking soda. So I walked through about the baking soda, and here's my story. Is you bring home baking soda, you put it up in the cabinet or the pantry to bake with, and all of a sudden that one day comes when you're like, I'm going to make chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to make them from scratch. They're going to be so good. And you make them, and you put them in the oven, and they smell so good. And the timer goes off, and you run downstairs, put on the mitt, and you open up the oven, and they're all flat. And that's when you're like all upset because you're like, what did I do to my cookies? How did I mess up? You know what? It's not you. It's your baking soda. Your baking soda sitting up in the cabinet or the pantry. It's absorbing glue, cardboard, oregano, milk foam, dog biscuits. Anything that you have sitting beside it, it's pulling it in because baking soda will absorb odors. So what happens is you go to bake, and it's not going to work. So everybody loves Power Word. Everybody loves this one for their baking soda because the normal box, or I'm going to go like this, the normal box will fit inside of this, and that way it'll be perfect for you when you're ready to bake. So that is a little bit about what fits inside of them. Now tonight when you get your set home, I want to tell you, I know I talk fast, and when you get your set home, you're going to be like, which one did she say? Of course, you'll have your notes from tonight on your worksheet, but I'll also tell you this. When you get your set home and you start putting them away, you may dump your flour in this container and then go, you know what, I don't think I like it in this one. I want to dump it in that. And you'll switch it back and forth, and that's fine, because that's what you'll do the whole life of your module. Let me ask you, I got my modular mates about 24 years ago. My daughter was 9 months old, right? And so since then, when I think about how many toasters, which my toaster is just going out real soon, it's like slow to toast, right? So I know it's almost out the door. I bet I've had 5 toasters. Coffee pots, easily way more than that. Vehicles, right? Mascara, shoes. Think of all the things that I've had in 24 years. But guess what I still have? I still have my original modular mates. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an investment tonight. When you buy your modular mates, you're going to have them. And your family sizes are going to change, and you're going to change what's in them. So like when you do have a family, you have children at home, this is your flour container. The whole goal, this. All right? This is where you want your flour eventually. This becomes your M&M container. And that's what you want from it, because these will be flexible over the years. You'll have them. And that brings up to a point that Tupperware has a beautiful lifetime warranty against breaking, cracking, chipping, and peeling. And so when you have something break or crack, all you have to do is call me up, and I'll take care of it for you and get you a new piece of Tupperware, because we do have that beautiful lifetime warranty. So that gives you a few ideas of foods that fit inside of them. Let me give you some ideas about, I know, something we really don't want to talk about, but I'll go ahead and say it, bugs. Okay? It's common. We all understand that. We understand it's not how clean we keep our houses, but the bugs are something that can come home. So do you realize 5 out of 10 times when you buy flour, there can be weevils in it? Say yes. Yes. All right, don't be surprised right now. It's Jennifer's party because you all share food. But you bring home your flour, you dump it in, you seal it up. And when you seal it up, if there's any kind of worm, bug, or whatever, it's going to climb to the top. And when you take the seal off and you look inside, guess what you're going to see? Yeah. Is that horrible? Yeah. What would be worse? No, don't eat them. Okay. For protein, chicken, avocados, beans. That's how you're going to get your protein, but not these little critters. Now, here's what you want to know. People say, what do you do when you find them? You dump it back in a bag and you take it into the grocery store. You don't need the original bag. Don't say that I've thrown it away. Just take it back in. And the other thing is, don't stop shopping at that store, because most of the time, it's not the store's fault. It's in the mill that they use to make the flour. Okay, it's in the mill that they use to make the flour. So you're going to love having your modular mates. Now, another one is pasta. All right, pasta, you can get those little creepy crawlers in it too. What happens is you come home, you dump your pasta in, you seal it up, and you'll see them. They'll be climbing around, just having a good time in there, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, what's in there, right? Little creepy crawlers. Because, you know, these bugs aren't necessarily in the pasta. They're in the glue that holds the box together. Once my bug man, whatever you call him, he came to the house. This is when I lived in Savannah, Georgia, and we struck up a conversation, and he told me how long a roach can live off, like, little wee tidbit of food. Like, they have a very long shelf life, or not shelf life, a very long life on our little bits of food. So you want to clean up your kitchen. This is a great way to do it with your modular mates. And by doing that, you're eliminating the cardboard, which you want to eliminate cardboard. It's really dirty and nasty. What does it take to make cardboard? It takes recycled paper, right? It's not just beautiful white sheets of paper. It's recycled paper. So your cardboard is very unsanitary. That's one reason your food no longer touches cardboard. The FDA passed a law where food can't touch cardboard, and they have a couple more years to finish it. But you remember when you bought Bisquick, and you used to open up the box, and there was the Bisquick. Now you buy Bisquick, and what do you see?
A bag.
Cellophane bag. That's because of this cardboard that is so unsanitary. Besides the unsanitary of how they make cardboard, think about this. The grocery store. Is it only your hand that touched that Bisquick box? Think of the people that come through that are like, how many calories are in that? Or the little kids are like, hey, Mom. And they touch it, they wipe their nose, and then you touch it. And then you get into the checkout, and you have the checkout people and the bagger. How many hands touch that cardboard? And now you're ready to make pancakes or something, and you pull out that box, and then you break an egg, right? It's very unsanitary. This will clean your kitchen up. You will love it. Clean it up. You'll be able to see what you have. You'll know what you need. It'll all be at your fingertips. You will absolutely love your modular mates. Now, the modular mates, we have this beautiful black, and so it matches everything. So no matter what color your kitchen is, this is going to be perfect in it. And how do you get modular mates? Well, the first way is you can join my team. So when you join my team, if you need a whole bunch of it, join me in Tupperware. You can buy your modular mates at a discount. The second way is by hosting a party, voila, like our beautiful Jennifer tonight. When you host a party, you get free Tupperware based on sales and datings. And then the third way is to buy in sets. And what I've done tonight is I put some sets together, and I'll put up my signs. I'll run through them, and then we'll put up signs for you so that you can see them. And everybody loves the sale, right? So here we go. Now, January is very special because our modular mates are on sale. But typically, they're not. So again, you'll have to work this outside of January, but here's how I show it. All right, so starting with my small set goes from here to here. And my small set has an oval 3, an oval 2, an oval 1, an additional oval 3, 2, and 1, an oval 4 with an oval 2, an oval 5 with an oval 1. So this is my small set, and it's on sale for whatever the sale price is. The medium set is everything that I named so far, but then you're going to add these big 3 pieces. Right here, the square 4, the oval 4, and the rectangular 2, making this the medium set, which, by the way, this is the best set to start with. And so this is the medium set. Now ask me why it's the best set to start with. Because you're going to use every piece. You're going to love this. In fact, it's so good. Oh, is it, right? You know all that I carry these in my car. So for all of you, when you start with the medium set tonight, you'll be able to take it home. You don't even have to wait for it to come in. So the medium set, best set to start with, and it's on sale tonight. And then let's go to your large set, which is going to be your small set plus your medium, right? So you're going to take all these, and you're going to add the nice big pieces one more time. So it's all of this plus these 3 again, sitting to here. That is your large set, and it's on sale tonight for a blank amount. Now, as a hostess, Jennifer, be so glad you're my hostess with the hostess. Tonight, you get one set $20 off as a thank you gift for hosting your party. So whatever set you decide you want, you get the $20 off. So let me put up my signs, starting with the small set. Let me go to this sign so I'm not blocking. Starting with the small set, it goes all the way from the coffee to the dried fruit. It is 10 pieces, and it's on sale tonight for blank amount. The medium set, what is the medium set? Best set to start with, right? I have those out in the car. You get to take those home tonight. It's 13 pieces. It's going to be everything up here. Then the large set is going to be all of this plus these 3 again. Now, where I would do the large set is if you're going to do your flour and sugar and you're going to do your chips and your crackers, go with the large set because that way you'll have enough for everything. It's 16 pieces, and you're going to take most of that home tonight, and it's on sale. Now, Jennifer, any one of these sets, you can take $20 off as a thank you gift, and that counts towards your party sales. All right, so for some auction money, what are some reasons you'd modular mate your kitchen or you started in the past? And we'll stop the tape there. I guess it's not a tape. Did that just show my age? Yes.